commencer maintenant. If you're here for the 250 French tour, we will be starting now. Vous pouvez me suivre par ici avec en anglais. Viens me voir par ici. All those with tickets for the 225 or 255. Were your scanners on it? Did somebody dressed like me scan them outside for you? Yes. Okay, perfect. So you're just gonna have right here. I'm going to be your guide for today. Now, before we start, one thing that I love to know is where everybody is visiting from. So I will go first. I am from Sudbury, Ontario. Does anybody know where that is? Sort of? Okay, awesome. So we'll start over here. If you just want to share where you're visiting from today.
From England.
From England, nice.
We're from Whitby.
It's called the Salon de Francophonie, the room of French. Not sure what the exact translation of that is. We have French and English. So there was a lot of nods throughout Center Block to both England and English history. Ages of 30 and 75. It's a pretty cool job. People aren't going to leave this job for very much.
I need to be friends with the governor general, so I cannot be just a regular citizen.
You actually can, yeah.
Okay, my name is Dominic, so that's just going to see.
So for example, if right now in the Senate there was very few doctors, then they might look, okay, this one was a doctor, has a very extensive career in healthcare, maybe they were a doctor without borders that have traveled the world. They might indeed look for, well, if there's not very many women in the Senate, and now we have some really strong female candidates, or vice versa, then they would be able to do so. Canada's changing as a country, and so that's something that they might look to represent, and they might look to look for the elite, the noble, and red used to be one of the most expensive colors to produce. Thus, they wanted to fill the whole House of Lords with red. A lot of French tourists today, so sometimes it just jumbles up in my head. But so, does anybody know the current Governor General? There we go. Exactly. Yes. So, Her Excellency. It's a little hard to see, but you might be able to spot an E and an R on that chair. Now, that is the chair for the Governor General, and the chair beside it is for the Governor General's spouse. Currently, Julie Payette is unmarried, so sometimes her son will occupy that. Here to the Senate, and the Governor General, the Right Honorable Her Excellency Julie Payette, will nod off on it and sign it into law. And that is because they died on the Titanic. It's a little bit of an interesting story there, yeah. So that the architect who designed this building here was on their way back from Europe. They actually had collected some pieces of furniture for this new space, and they were going to be late. They weren't coming. If you'll follow me, we're going to head to the exit. Just before the exit, if you've left some coats in the coat rack, that is where you can go pick those up. But if not, once again, I want to say thank you all for coming, and have a great time here in Ottawa.
Comme les souverture tickets, si vous êtes ici pour la visite de 4h15 en anglais, vous pouvez venir ici parce que vous êtes sur le point de commencer. same one.
This is where they have their fights. That's so cool.
As you can see, it's quite a big room. And when we decided to move to a new location, we didn't have any place that was big enough on Parlement Hill to build to have a new House of Commons. So what we decided to do was to create a new room. So if you look around, you can see all the walls are exterior walls made out of stone. This actually used to be a courtyard. We had trees. We could eat outside during the summer days. Unfortunately, we had to cut down the trees. The people, while the Senate or House of Lords in the UK is the Chamber of the Elite, the upper chamber, and while red is expensive and color that debates are going well, he gives the right to speak to everyone one at a time, keeping order in the House of Commons. Because it's true that MPs get
Poder real, poder. Sí, poder, sí. Entonces el rojo normalmente es más costoso. El viejo y las telas, ¿no? Pero más
well,
costoso.
that's the
Verdaderamente
way
es
cheap
la
for the House
historia.
of Commons and expensive for the red.
US Sen doesn't do anything, right?
Well, they do some
Silver second thought. That's what they do.
personal history. And there's also a judge row. So she was a judge before becoming a politician, and she included that in the portrait as well. So again, a small bit of her personal history that she included in the portrait. Who was prime minister for 10 years in the 90s and early 2000s. As you can see, he has a yellow background. So why is that? The story says that his wife chose the color because it represented his personality well. So it's really the style is very open. I find his portrait pretty interesting because you can see he has a coat and gloves, but those are not his own. Actually, all right. So we've seen the House of Commons, which is the main place, of course, where MPs work in Ottawa. They also work in committees